Very good afternoon to all of you. I'm humbled, I'm overwhelmed. I was lucky to return to my home, and now I have to again bid farewell. It's a feeling which is really mixed because fate has cast upon me the onerous responsibility of living up to your expectations and serving the nation in the highest seat, the Supreme Court of India. At the same time, it's a severance from the umbilical cord, severance from its own mother, the institution which nurtured, evolved, and created what I am today. This is a time for reflection. My family has its roots in the ancient city of Navadvip, the seat of learning of Sanskrit and the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya and the great jurist Dr. Bijon Mukherjee. When I was born in 1966, the family had already shifted to Kolkata. I was born to working parents. My father was a practicing lawyer. My mother was a health professional. Caught between the two professions, I struggled my entire school days figuring out whether I should be a doctor or a lawyer. Two things really settled the course. One was from the Bar Council of India, which decided to launch its 5-year course in 1983, I presume, and I joined the 5-year course in 85. That was the external impact. And the second was the wistful sadness that those musty old books which lined the walls of my ground floor, where my father and grandfather and great-grandfather sat as lawyers, have to be sold away if I didn't follow the tradition. So I took to law. I came from a strict, disciplined school, which inculcated in me the sense of obedience, the sense of commitment to work, timeliness. Coming to law college, it was as if I was put into a vacuum. Everything was different from what I had learned in school. And that is where law college gave me an opportunity to understand the vicissitudes of the real world. Everything was not always in order, and one must learn the life skills of finding the method in the madness. I tried to do that. In my way, I met wonderful friends, and I made, which I cherish even today, some of whom are honorable colleagues. Others hold high offices. One of them, Justice Deepankar Datta, adorns the Supreme Court. I acknowledge and deeply appreciate his unparalleled support as a friend, philosopher, and guide. Beyond law college, I looked into the profession. 1990, I started dabbling in the chambers of Mr. Bhaskar Sen. More often than not, Mr. Sen, who had a practice throughout the country, would be absent when I would go to his chambers. I would sit alone and make jottings in an exercise book, which I still have now, of the judgments of the Supreme Court in various topics. Today, perhaps it would be past and irrelevant to the young friends who have the databases on their fingertips. But that was not in 1990. I enrolled in 1991 and started my profession under Mr. Sen. But the tides of profession are unknown. Though I thought of starting and working on the civil side and developing a practice, the clients who chose me had criminal cases to offer. So I had to shift to the appellate side criminal business. And joined the chambers of Mr. Shekhar Basu and Mr. Pradeep Ghosh. I grew under their tutelage and with all your blessings, developed a reasonable practice. I feel beholden and I feel extremely grateful to all the seniors with whom I have worked, who have shaped me, who have created the quest of law and the will to stand up and speak what is right and just in a court of law. Mr. Onindo Mitro sitting here, I have worked with Mr. Mitro on a number of matters and learned immensely. I never imagined when I joined and I walked as a young lawyer, struggling to survive the ravages of the profession which waits for none, that I would one day adorn the seat of a judge in this court. The day I was appointed, I felt that I am stepping into the shoes of judges of immense capacity, immense knowledge, ability, like Durgadas Basu, like Anil Sen, like Justice Chittotosh Mukherjee. They were too big shoes to be filled, but I felt that when fate and God has given an opportunity, I must do my best. And that is what I have humbly endeavored till today. I was transferred to Andhra Pradesh, and I must say, it was one of the most enriching experiences which helped me to understand and take on the challenges of a newly established court. In fact, I had been sent from the oldest court to the newest high court in the country. I stayed there and I worked. I met wonderful people who were honorable judges and helped me to understand the law, the local law, the languages and practices, and I'm ever grateful to all of them. The members of the bar, the then Advocate General of Andhra Pradesh High Court, all of them gave me support and I was able to discharge my duties there. I again had a stroke of great luck and was repatriated to Calcutta High Court. As people would say, I was twice born, Dijo, by then. And since then, I have served this court for the last 3-4 years, and under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Justice, his inspirational leadership activating all of us, we are trying with the help of all the members of the bar to see the evolution of the grand old dame of Indian judiciary to the modern technological age. The impact that we have had on the Indian judiciary is nothing less than wonderful. I'm told the NGDG database states that we have had the third highest disposal of cases in the recent past. The information technology team of our court is taking great strides in developing cloud storage technology, providing free Wi-Fi services to the members of the bar and the litigants, and is in the process of developing an AI chatbot for dissemination of legal knowledge and information. The other aspects of legal aid to the indigent is not far behind. We have an empaneled lawyer, a list of 292 empaneled lawyers, where a large section are women. In fact, we have a specially able lawyer who is also a member of the panel. We have got designated senior advocates to fight criminal cases, particularly death references. The act of the court is not an act in isolation. We do not write poetry. we write judgments. And when we seek to write judgments, it is the active role and advice and counsel of senior advocates and other advocates who enrich us in our pursuit of justice. The senior advocates of this court have a great legacy to serve the nation in various capacities and are known throughout the country, if not the world. I have a word for the juniors. It is always a challenge to join a profession which does not have a fallback option. But friends, bear in mind, it is hard work and simply hard work which will take you to the pinnacle of success. You must always understand that even in a crowded profession as in law, there are very few who are at the top. And it is not reserved for people who have lawyers as family members or judges as relations. It is only for those who succeed in the distilling process and the grueling path of hard work and commitment to justice. Never lose heart and fight to the end of your life. And that is the answer that is, according to me, the answer to success. Today is a time to say thank yous. I thank the Honorable the Chief Justice for his presence, wonderful presence at all times, and inspirational leadership. I thank my sisters and brothers as judges who have always been so helpful and enriched me in more ways than one. The members of the bar, what do I say? Even sitting as a judge, I can never forget and that I continue to be a part of you. Whenever I hear an argument, it's my lawyer side which speaks more than my being acted as a judge. The unseen, the unspoken, but yet the most essential, that's the members of the registry. We can only perform because they perform well. And I thank from the depth of my heart the Registrar General and other members of the registry. The staff of the court is an important facet for the dispensation of justice. They are indispensable and they help us to reach and see that justice is done to all. Finally, for my personal staff, I would say a thank you to my secretaries, personal secretaries, Mr. Shubhendu Sadhuka, Shoykot Mukherjee, Saurabh Ghosh, Soheluddin, and Pritam Rai. I would not have been able to research and deliver judgments had it not been for the assistance of my law clerks, including my erstwhile law clerk, Shreyoshi Bhattacharya, and the present law clerk, Anushka Chaturvedi. Finally, for my family. My father was a lawyer and unfortunately he passed away before I was elevated to the bench. He has been an inspirational presence and his blessings are always with me. My mother, thankfully, is with me, and her industrious commitment to justice and fairness is what inspires me in a court of law. My wife, my daughter, my cousin, my uncle, they have all been quiet and steady support when I have devoted myself entirely to the profession and the cause of justice. At this hour, I acknowledge their role in my life, and without them, perhaps I would not have been able to do what I'm doing today. Finally, I seek all your blessings as I enter into a new phase of life, so that I may keep the flag of Calcutta, as the Additional Solicitor General so aptly stated, flying high, and serve the nation, keeping the Gandhian talisman in mind that whatever I do, I should recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man whom I have met in my life. I thank you all, and I do not say farewell. I say welcome to Delhi. Thank you.